think? What do you think? You just want to play with the cat, don't you? It's going to be a sink. Yeah, it's going to be a sink. Mm-hmm. It's a cat. It's rustic. See, it's actually stable.
Nice.
In some places. Alright, there's no leaks on this back side, I don't think. I don't think it's leaking down here either. Something's wrong. It's not leaking. Splashes a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it splashed all the way in here.
No leaks.
Yay!
I don't see any. Which is really amazing. Whew. There you go.
Yay!
I wonder if we can, I bet we can get something to put right here, like an aerator. The, you know, normal sinks have an aerator and it keeps it from just sloshing out. It makes it a little bit smoother, makes it a lot smoother. It's a leak, huh?
Leak face.
Yeah, that was a leak face, you're right. But I think it's just a joint that needs to be tightened. I hope. There we go. What do you think?
Yay! I'm excited.
Thank you. The rest of the pipes. Oh, okay. Let me get this last knob on, then you can do that. Oh, that's another cabinet to play in. Knobs. What do you think?
I like it.
I think those knobs look good.
Looks very nice.
Hey, I finished something.
The room is 98% complete.
So we need the things on the wall now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So guys, this project is pretty well finished. We got all the leaks worked out of it. Thankfully, the metal pipes did not leak, which was which was a blessing because, oh man, putting those things together was quite a challenge with the tape and everything else. But it was just the drain and the inlet that leaked a little bit. So no big deal. I was able to fix it. Very happy with the way that it turned out. That wood that I use, that pine wood, is just sawmill wood. That galvanized tub came from Tractor Supply, and you saw we drilled that hole in the bottom, put the drain in and siliconed it in. These pipes came from a local hardware store where I had to get them cut and threaded. And back here you can see we did the inlet or the supply side with just standard washing machine, cold and hot hoses. Now I don't think you're really supposed to use those for potable water, but this is a utility sink. This is not going to be used for getting glasses of water. It might be used for vegetables every now and then for washing, you know, large amounts of vegetables from the garden, but otherwise it's just not going to be used. It's going to be used for paint brushes, arts and crafts type stuff. It's a utility sink, so we're not going to be really drinking out of this sink, so I'm not too concerned about that. One of the things that was kind of a point of frustration for me is I originally planned to have this flush up against this wall, and I measured it so that it would be flush against the wall, but when I got it finished I realized that the bottom of that faucet is basically flush with the top of the counter, and you can see the problems that was going to cause. I was going to have to cut into the wall right there and just kind of bend that pipe up a little bit, which would have worked. I would have had to have moved the drain pipe, cut into the side of the cabinet, and it was just going to be a real act of Congress. But my wife was looking at it and she said, you know, that cabinet's basically flush with the front of the washing machine, so why don't you just leave it alone? So I did, and you know, it's rustic, so I'm not too concerned about it. I think it's fine out from the wall just a little bit anyway. It made it a whole lot easier. So that basically completes this remodel of the laundry room. I wished I had done like a before and after type shot, but this ceiling had 3/8 of an inch plywood on it, painted white, and we ended up going with lumber, pine lumber, off the sawmill that was just air dried, and I think it looks a lot better than it did. Trim and everything else, of course, is just pine off of the sawmill. Those wall boards were already there, and this was actually used to be a porch, so you can still see the brick wall that was on the porch, freezers, and this had AstroTurf down also, and a couple years ago a friend helped me put tile down. Now I want to show you all these lights also. These lights, if y'all have not discovered these lights right here, man, y'all are just completely missing out. So these lights are just, you know, they look kind of like standard can lights, and that's, you know, they're designed to look that way, but they're not. They're like flat pancake type lights, and they're no thicker. You see I can get my finger up in there. They're no thicker than that right there. And they are just super simple. There's a junction box on a rafter up in there somewhere, and it just goes off of that junction box, and it is just incredibly simple to do. They're LEDs, so they don't use any electricity hardly, and they are an incredible alternative, a very fast alternative to can lights. We use those in the kitchen, and we've been very pleased with them. So if y'all are doing a remodel and think that you need some can lights in your house, consider those. I got those at Home Depot, and they've just been the best. So that's pretty much it. Thought I would share this with y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all on the next one.